Good evening, Monkey See fans and fans of rock and roll in general. Today we're going to have a look at the solo from You Shook Me All Night Long by arguably the greatest rock and roll band in the world, AC/DC. If you guys out there don't have the album Back in Black, let me recommend it. It's one of the best rock albums ever made. I'm going to try and work you through the solo on You Shook Me All Night Long. So without further ado, we'll get on with it. This is me playing the solo. Okay, let's crack on with the solo. It starts off with a bend from the 5th fret on the G string up to the 7th fret on the G string. That bend's held then while I hit the 3rd fret on the E string, back to the G, then I'm hitting the 6th fret on the B string, back to the G again, and then I release the bend. Then I play 3rd on the G, 5th on the D and 5th on the A. So that sounds like this. So I'm bending up, 3rd. Okay, moving on from there, I'm playing now the 5th, the 3rd on the D and the 5th and the 3rd on the A. Then it goes to the 3rd on the G and the B strings with a little bit of a bend, onto the 5th on the D string and then back to the bend again. So it's that's followed with a slide from the 5th on the G to the 7th on the G and then the 8th on the B. It's actually hitting the 8th on the B twice. Then sliding up from the 7th on the G to the 9th on the G, hitting the 8th on the B. So that part is. Then it's back to the 9th on the G, the 8th on the B, and then there's a bend from the 10th to the 11th on the B. Then I'm hitting, while I'm holding this bend, I'm hitting the 10th on the E string, and then back to the B string, release the bend, and then back to the 8th on the B string. Then I'm bending from the 11th on the B up to the 13th, bending back down again and hitting the 8th on the B, 10th on the G and then 8th on the B again. So that whole bend section is. Okay, for the second half of the solo we shift up to around the 15th fret and we're going to be playing some bends around the 15th to the 18th frets. I'll show you what they are now. The second half of the solo starts with a bend up from the 18th fret to the 20th fret on the B string, followed by the 15th fret on the E, the 15th fret on the B, and then the 15th fret on the E again. And that sounds like this. And then I'm bending up and down from the 17th fret to the 18th fret on the G string, and down to the 15th fret on the G string, and then the 17th fret on the D string. And then I'm doing the 17th fret across the G and the B strings, and then the 15th fret across the G and the B strings. So that's then I'm bending up from the 17th to the 19th on the G string and playing the 18th on the B string. Bending down and then playing the 15th on the G string. And then playing the bar across the 17th on the G and the B and the 15th on the G and the B. So that is okay. The last bit of this solo starts with like a full bend and a half bend up from the 18th fret on the E string, and as you release that bend you hit the 17th on the E, the 15th on the E, and then the 15th on the B, and that sounds a bit like this. And then you do a bend up 2 frets on the 18th fret of the B string, and then you play the 15th of the E and the B again, and then there's a bend from the 17th to the 19th on the G string, down to the 15th on the G, and then slide up to the 19th on the G. Okay, for the last part of the solo I'm playing 15 on the B, hammering on to 17 on the B, then hitting 15 on the E, 17 on the B again, and then I'm doing a bend from 17 to 18 on the E, which sounds like this. And that's the end of the solo. Okay guys, so that's the solo to You Shook Me All Night Long. Have a go with it, see how you get on. I know it's quite difficult because there's a lot of bends in there, and to get the bends right you need a lot of control. But as per usual, practice makes perfect, so get on with it, have some fun, and I hope I'll see you guys again very soon. Thanks for watching.